And we're live on a Wednesday night encore edition of Ocean Freight TV. I am your host, Steve Herrera, CEO of Ocean Audit. Welcome to the palatial Recover Now studios of Ocean Audit. You know, I wasn't planning on coming on tonight, but I had a very interesting story today that I wanted to share with you, a breaking news story in the financial markets on earnings release. You know, this is the earnings release season, and hello to everyone out there. Again, Steve Ferrari, your host, CEO of Ocean Audit, global ocean freight and logistics refund recovery company. And that's especially important in these heady days of post-Containergeddon, where millions of dollars of refunds are still available to thousands upon thousands of beneficial cargo owners. And proof is in the pudding with today's focal point client, a company called Vita Coco. And Vita Coco also goes by the name of All Markets Incorporated. You might know them for their coconut water. Well, they declared earnings today, and the stock went from 20 something to $30, shot up only almost $5 a share today. Now, it did settle back down to 25 bucks, but it was up at one point $30.88. And ocean freight is the reason why it was, or partially. I won't give ocean freight all the credit, but let me explain. So, you know, there is a theory during the heady days of Containergeddon, and I'm saying this with peace and love to all beneficial cargo owners out there, my clients, and BCOs that are not yet my clients. But I know that, for example, retailers that rely on have a very significant or lower price point. A good example would be, for example, Dollar Tree, you know, great retailer. And Dollar Tree, certainly, had issues making their quarterly numbers, and often cited Containergeddon and ocean freight as a factor for, let's say, why a Q2 or Q3 2021 earnings report might not be up to snuff or per analyst expectations. However, obviously, in the days of ocean freight reductions and the whipsawing of rates, companies can benefit in many different ways because of ocean freight reductions. Not only can they benefit from, obviously, cost and price improvement, cost containment, and you think about what I do on ocean freight refund recoveries, but they also benefit from the lower cost of ocean freight. Let me read to you a little bit of the press release today from Vita Coco, and I think you'll get my idea here. So the gross profit was $51 million, or 37% of net sales, representing a sequential improvement of over 500 basis points from the first quarter of 2023, compared to 25% of net sales in the prior year period, with the improvement driven by, get this, lower year-over-year transportation costs, net sales growth, and higher Vita Coco water pricing. Now, net income was $18 million, or 31 cents per diluted share, compared to $1 million, or 2 cents per diluted share. And then the net income benefited from obviously strong sales growth, but gross margin improvement resulting primarily from decreased transportation costs, partially offset by increased investments in sales, general and administrative, SG&A. I think the key here is the quote from their CEO, Martin Roper. So Martin Roper said, "We are extremely pleased with this quarter's result, with 21% net sales growth and adjusted EBITDA of $24 million. Gross margins for the quarter exceeded our expectations due to accelerated realization of ocean freight cost reductions and other cost efficiencies throughout our supply chain, and better than expected price realization across our business. We are thus raising full year net sales, gross margin, and adjusted EBITDA guidance based on the strong second quarter and current cost and pricing environment and improved product mix. We remain focused on investments to support the health of our brands and drive sustainable long-term growth." So bingo, right? So they say bingo, bango, bongo, right? This is a perfect storm where they get the benefit of decreased, ocean freight transportation costs, and it capitalized on their quarterly results. Now, if they, for example, and this is a direct call out to them, hey guys, if Vita Coco, let's do an ocean freight refund reduction, cost post audit, and get you another $1 million, and then you can contribute that to the bottom line. Remember, these small adjustments can be a penny or so in terms of earnings. They can make that much of a difference. So when you look at the efficiencies of decreased ocean freight transportation and cost enhancement or profit recovery from the heady days of Containergeddon, you've got a winning combination, a winning strategy. This may be one of the more important videos I've made, and as impromptu as it is, it's a call out to say that you can be sure, and again, I shouldn't say this because I'm just saying this for fun, but I'll be betting part of the ranch on, in August 24th, for example, when Dollar Tree reports their earnings. I wouldn't be surprised if they blow away the earnings because they've had so much improvement on ocean freight transportation. Now, if you're a retailer and you're looking and you're getting cost improvement on your quarterly earnings, whether you're private or public, think about the twofold or 2x effect of getting improved results from ocean freight reductions in margin and going back and auditing 2020, 21, 22, 23 for overcharges in ocean freight detention and demurrage. Why not make it a double header? More bang for the buck. You get an incredible return. I did a study where, $25,000, I think, resulted in a client being able to order, 18,000 reams of 500 stack paper. The efficiencies of what you can do with money that you never knew you had from cost containment. Remember, profit improvement, profit enhancement is not about just in the real time. It's being able to manipulate the events of the past of what happened to you, especially with Containergeddon in 2021, 2022, 2023. These are all recoverable costs that every CFO, controller, procurement, operations executive in the sound of my voice, internal audit guru in the sound of my voice should be picking up the phone and saying, what can we do to recover hundreds, if not millions of dollars in overpaid ocean freight from the sins of the Containergeddon period? Now, Vita Coco hit a home run solely on the fact that ocean rates stabilized and plummeted in 2023. Now that's great, right? That's great for all retailers, but at the same time, they got whipsawed all across the board where, really the focus shouldn't be on the fact that, you're going from a rate of $2,000 to $1,800. Not at all. The focus should be, how can I recover the rates that were $25,000 and get a $4,000 or $5,000 refund per container from 2021, 2022? That is the missing link. That is the single most important thing that you can do as logistics and finance, traffic, transportation, supply chain, procurement professionals, is to make sure that those overcharges and overpayments and misappropriated invoices from the ocean vendors and NVOCCs and 3PLs and 4PLs and CHBs and detention and demurrage and per diem and railhead demurrage and railhead detention and railhead per diem, make those all get healed with a 6-figure and 7-figure refund. Now, I can't solve all the world's ills at Ocean Audit, but I sure know that the folks that wrote this incredible press release at Vita Coco and the results that they had today, how the stock just popped because they delivered something that Wall Street really didn't anticipate. Now, I don't know the coconut water business from Jack, but I do know that when you cite the fact that ocean freight played a role in carving out this special quarter for you, that it's the magic words that should be on every CFO's, controller, and audit professional that are putting out quarterly or earnings release if public, but if private at the same time, know that the magic elixir is the twofold combination of lower ocean freight costs, but also the recovery of overbilled and overpaid and misappropriated ocean freight invoice analysis or issuance, excuse me, that's the wrong word. The issuance of wrong components in ocean freight invoicing in 21, 22, 23. And the velocity, the volatility of what happened in those years was beyond anyone control in your organization or at the vendor. These vendors had no idea how much money was coming in. They were burning it. That's how fulfilled and stacked they were. You think the warehouses were filled? That's nothing. Think about the bank accounts of these vendors in global logistics. It's time to do something about it. I'm burning up. I've got my red suit on. I've got the Ocean Audit Studio kind of all in glowing and fiery colors tonight because I'm really fired up to bring you the global logistics refunds that you truly earn and deserve. So signing off for now, but I'm Steve Ferreira, CEO of Ocean Audit. If you'd like to learn more about how to get your share or cost contain the overcharges of the heady sin days of Containergeddon from 21, 22, 23, I guarantee 9 out of 10 BCOs, importers or exporters, in the sound of my voice, will see a 6-figure refund if they so choose to pursue that. And I encourage you, I'm trying to reach out to as many folks as we can while there's still time in the 3-year statute of limitations to recover these. Reach out to me, click the bell below for follow me. Reach out to me at Steve F at Ocean. Actually, why don't you know what? Let's try my new fancy address. Reach out to me at Steve F at freightaudit.com or reach me out on my private line at 860-426-3135, and we'll get you situated with your own ocean freight global refund recovery in as little as 96 hours, confirmed and validated, taking less than 10 to 30 minutes of your time for setup. So until then, we'll see you again on Friday for another weekly edition of Ocean Freight TV. I'm Steve Ferreira, and I'll say goodnight to you for now. Have a great night, and thanks for tuning in.